a liar. Yeah, okay, I always go on about the fact that I'm a hoarder. I can't get rid of my things. Don't even talk to me about selling anything I own, because I will hold on to it far past the time I probably should, because one day I'll love it again. This is all I talk about with you guys. Then I got to thinking, and it turns out that I have sold 7 designer bags over the course of my YouTube career, and I don't think I've ever really properly sat down and talked you through why, or even told you some of the bags. I know, terrible. What? Anyway, this is my expose. That's what we're going to be going through today. Guys, if you're new here, my name is Cassie and I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're probably going to love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. I also have a Substack in case you want written content that will be linked below. I'm going to do this in reverse chronological order. So I'm going to go from my most recent sale back to my very first one. So let's start off with the Fendi Origami bag. Now, I was so excited about this bag. I loved this bag from the moment I saw it. So I was lucky enough to be invited to the Autumn Winter 2023 show, was it? I went to the Fendi show, and aside from, yes, going to fashion shows is amazing, but as somebody who is also like very dialed into the actual items, the product, the Reese's, which is usually happens the day after, and it basically shows you everything that they showed during the show, but it's almost like a shop. So you can go around, you can have a look, you can get up close and personal with the pieces, you can touch them, and you can also place your pre-orders. Anyway, I went to this and made a beeline for this bag. I saw it down the road and I was like, what is this? Who are you? I like this. Saw it in person, and the closure mechanism of this bag, it's like all magnetic. You can transform it into 2 bags. You can do more of a shopper style, or you can do this like really cool quote unquote origami style for this bag. It's got long shoulder straps. It's a shoulder bag situation. It came in a couple of sizes, I think. Loved it, pre-ordered it, yes. Beep, 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 beep. From the rooftops, I was shouting about this bag. Oh, it's so cool, but the way that the handle slipped off my shoulder really annoyed me. This bag is strictly a shoulder bag. There is no top handle, there's no other strap, and really you can like crook of the elbow it, but it is a long drop. So what? It's smacking you in the kneecap as you walk. It's, you know, it doesn't really make much sense. So really you're going to be shouldering it, and then there's just like the one strap that just pings off every time. So unless you are holding it at the straps, you're dealing with this, and there's the adjustment and whatever. And I think that's a problem across a lot of different shoulder bag styles, but specifically on this one, it annoyed me. I actually didn't mind, and I know that the drop has to be quite long because the shape of the bag really juts out from the body. It's got a square base there. It's not like it's soft and you can, you know, squeeze it in. You need to have that drop so that your elbow is clear of it, and so it just like perches on the side of your hip. I get that why they've done it, but it just really annoyed me, to the point that I avoided using it, and it was just sat here gathering dust, and I just sort of said to myself, do you want to know what? Let's get rid. I don't see myself circling back to it. It just annoyed me too much. The next one was a really, really great bag, and it actually went to a seasoned subscriber. So I was doing my annual video of like my bag collection last year, and I expressed the fact that I had this green Gucci multicolour tote from the multicolour collection, where basically they did blue, green, pink, possibly just those colours of the original Gucci monogram that's usually in the brown. Anyway, so I bought this tote, and I said in that, I was like, you know, this is a travel bag for me. But because you can only top handle it, and it did have this crossbody strap, but you could only attach it to the back of the bag, so it sort of like swung open at an angle, I just found it a little bit cumbersome to use, and also I filled it so it was heavy. So even as a travel bag, when I'm putting it up in the overhead, it was a lot. Anyway, a seasoned subscriber of mine reached out and was like, if you're ever interested in selling, I would love to buy this bag from you. And I thought, why not? So yes, I know the home it's gone to, I know that it's being looked after and used, and I think that this is one of those bags that almost you have to have a car. This isn't a bag that if you are walking around the city or something like that, that it's just going to weigh you down. And again, it was one of those pieces that I was sort of like avoiding it and looking at other travel bags to use instead of really enjoying it. So I'm happy that it's gone to a good home. It's a great sodding bag. Then we've got the semi-controversial one, and I tried to keep this one under wraps for a little bit because I got this bag, you know, it was the Hermes Birkin 25 in the colour Rouge Cellier Togo gold hardware. Beautiful bag, okay? And, you know, I unboxed it and I was excited about it and I used it for a little bit. But to be honest with you, it never really felt like me. It wouldn't really be a colour that I would add to my list. You know me, I like pops, I like bright colour, I like saturation. And this was, you know, a very elegant, almost dark aubergine, touch of burgundy in there situation. I didn't sell this bag, it's my mum's, okay? It's now my mum's. And she saw it and was like, that's fabulous, I love it. And I was like, well, do you want to know what? You go and you enjoy it. So that's with mum. It's Hermes quota bags as well. It's one of those things that, aside from the fact that it is a game and blah, 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 and we can talk till the cows come home about whether it's right or not or whatever and all of this, and this isn't what this is about. But sometimes, especially when it's coming to the end of the year, and you're like, oh my gosh, okay, so this is my quota bag or whatever, and I don't think I'm going to get another one by the time it's December. Great, I'll say yes. Yeah, I'll fall in love with her. I'll fall in love with her. Know yourself. Speak your truth, because it wasn't really that me, but listen, I'm glad that my mum's enjoying her. It's a great bag. It just wasn't the right colour for me, really. Do you want to know another secret? This is a bag that I've never talked about, but I was offered and got. This was shortly after I moved to the US with a completely different essay to my Hermes essay that I had here. I got a mini Kelly in the colour Blue Broom, and it was also one of those situations that was like, okay, I'll take it, I'll take anything. And I got it, and again, that went straight to mum. That is, again, never a colour for me. That is such a light blue. Could never be trusted. And again, you know, I want something that's a bit more vibrant. Listen, if anybody's lucked out here, it's my mother. She's got quite a nice little Hermes collection going on there that I have somehow contributed to. I also gave away a MCM leather duffel bag, and this one I kind of regret. Out of all of these, maybe, am I right? Out of all of these, this is the one that I regret the most, which is odd because out of all of these brands, MCM is not the most quote-unquote prestigious, you know, in terms of ranking or whatever. This was a leather MCM duffel bag. They don't do the leather anymore that I'm aware of. They only do the coated canvas in the, it's called the Ottomar bag, I think. It's actually a really great sodding duffel bag. If we compare it to something like the Louis Vuitton Keepall, the zip just goes straight across the top. This one, the zip goes all the way down to the base of the bag. So it's like this, you can really open it up. It was massive. Yeah, I gave it away. And that was because I was like, oh, for a bag this big, it's almost like too big to be a carry-on. Not in terms of like size requirements, but just in, you know, it's a big bag. But it's also, I'm not going on, if I'm going on a trip that requires me to take that much, I'm taking a roll-on carry-on, or I'm taking a small sort of suitcase kind of thing. And I was like, I don't really have a use for this. Let me give it away. And now I've like got a couple of trips coming up that are like 1 night, 2 night. No, that actually would have been really helpful. Actually, that would have been a really useful bag to have. Yeah, so, but listen, it happens, and maybe it's an excuse to buy some other sort of duffel baggy sort of, maybe if MCM come out with like a cool collaboration-y colourway, something like that, then I'd get it. But yes, so that one is actually probably the one that I regret the most, because they don't even make that anymore. It was a good bag. It was 24 karat gold plated hardware as well. Salt on the wound. The next bag, once again, gone to my mother. Somebody's having a great time. This was a Prada canvas bag. It's like a mini tote sort of style. Top handle also had a crossbody guitar strap. Very good for like running around town, errands, that kind of thing. To be honest with you, it was almost too small for what I wanted a tote for. It would fit in an iPad, but not my laptop, and usually if I'm wanting a bag like that, it's because I'm out and about and I want my laptop with me. So it just sort of, yeah, it was just sort of gathering a little bit of dust, to be honest with you. And this is very much my mum's kind of bag. My mum loves a mini tote. She loves an errand bag. You know those little basket Loewe bags, the mini size? Her most used bag in the summer. So again, I was like, you take this and enjoy it, and there we go. The next bag maybe has more, the most no, the next two. The next two are maybe the most sentimental. The Louis Vuitton Pushette accessoire. This was, I've never actually had a video go like viral on YouTube. But this was my first video that got like hundreds of thousands, I think it was like 250, 300,000 views, something around that area. And it was my unboxing and review of this bag. I was one of the first people to get this bag in the UK, I think. So, you know, it was like one of the few videos on this bag on YouTube at the time, and that's why it did so well, and hopefully you stayed with my winning personality. I used that bag so much for like the first year, 18 months, 2 years that I had that bag. And then there was a stretch of time, and I still think it's a great bag. It's so different. It was very sort of like the first of its kind, with these sort of pocket on top of a pocket, and a little coin purse hanging here. What was that? On a guitar strap and things like this. Very utility, really interesting and cool. And I still have, you know, I still think it's a good bag. Anyway, I didn't touch it for like 18 months. And it was still very much a bag that people wanted, that were popular, and I thought this can go elsewhere, really, and somebody can really get some use out of it, instead of it being here and I'm just sort of staring at it from time to time feeling guilty. I've actually not really thought of her since, so that's a good thing, okay? I've not really thought, oh, this would have been a good opportunity to bring that bag, wouldn't it? But yeah, it's a good like travel, on the go, keeping your things close to you. Yeah, she's giving Lara Croft, she always has. Good bag, good bag. My final bag was I think this is right. This was my first designer bag that I purchased with my own money, and this was the Versace Empire bag. And I loved this sodding bag. I loved this bag from the second I saw it in the campaign. Lady Gaga was the campaign star. Did that have anything to do with it? Probably. I'm a monster. I say that. I've not got tickets to her latest concert. Oh, that right. I probably should. Anyway, why are we in this conversation? I love Lady Gaga. She was the campaign star. You remember, it was such an era. Oh my gosh, it was glorious. Anyway, I had it in the small size, all black, purple and green guitar strap. Used it to death. Loved that bag. I think the what's in my bag for this bag is the first video on this channel. Don't go and have a look. I don't know how to deal with myself in front of a camera at that time. It's painful. I've actually never watched it since, and I probably will never. But again, similar situation to the Pushette accessoire, in that I used it for so long, and then I went for like a 2-year span, I didn't touch it. And this was a seasonal bag. It's not a style that they do anymore. And so I think what happened was a follower had reached out to me, a seasoned subscriber reached out to me on Instagram and was like, if you're ever considering selling that bag, I would love to buy it off of you. And I think I just thought, yeah, okay, why not? So again, I hope that it's thriving. I hope that it's, you know, still in use there. It's gone to somebody else who really loves it and appreciates it. I will say, I don't feel that bad about this bag because I have a large version in the beige with a yellow trim that also happens to be one of my favorite color combinations, like a beige and like a neon yellow. It's just so good together, but that's not what this is about. So I do still feel like I have a moment, a piece from that sort of moment in time. And actually that bag is in the UK, and I think I need to bring that back with me. I need to bring that back. I need to bring my Celine luggage. We've got to think strategically, Cassie. Yeah, that needs to happen. Let me know if anything surprised you. And also share some of your sales. Are you happy, or do you regret getting rid of things like that? Let me know. I'm going to leave a link to another video over here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are. And in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.